Revelation 5. And I saw in the right hand of him that sat on the throne a book written within and on the backside, sealed with 7 seals. Sealing a scroll was a common and important practice in biblical times. The wills of both Emperor Vespasian and Caesar Augustus were secured with 7 seals. For such a document, a scribe would procure a long roll of parchment and begin writing. After a period of writing, he would stop, roll the parchment enough to cover his words, and seal the scroll at that point with wax. Then he would resume writing, stop again, roll the scroll, and add another seal. By the time he was finished, he would have sealed the scroll 7 times. The scroll would be read a section at a time after each seal was opened. And you had to have authority to break that seal and open and roll the scroll open and read what was covered. And it would roll just far enough that there'd be another seal, and it wouldn't roll no further until that seal was broken. Opening the 7 seals would release knowledge of what was written in the book, not cause events to happen. The knowledge released had been sealed by a man called Daniel. Therefore, it must be opened by a man, the Son of Man, Jesus, the last Adam. In Daniel 12:4, but thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. But the last days started at Calvary at Pentecost. Revelation 5:2, and I saw a strong angel proclaiming with a loud voice, who is worthy to open the book and to loose the seals thereof, or to release the knowledge? Revelation 5:3, and no man in heaven, nor in earth, neither under the earth, was able to open the book, neither to look therein. And I wept much, because no man was found worthy to open and to read the book, neither to look thereon. Revelation 5:5, and one of the elders saith unto me, weep not. Behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, hath prevailed to open the book and to loose the 7 seals. Jesus released the knowledge of past, present, and future events. Revelation 5:6, and I beheld, and lo, in the midst of the throne and of 4 beasts, these are seraphims, angels, and in the midst of the elders, those Jesus brought out of hell, in Abraham's bosom, stood a lamb, Jesus, as it had been slain at Calvary, having 7 horns representing complete power, and 7 eyes, the fullness of the Spirit of God, which are the 7 spirits of God sent forth into all the earth. 1 Spirit in the 7 church ages, 7 being the number of completeness. Ephesians 4:4, there is one body and one Spirit, even as ye are called in one hope of your calling. Ephesians 2:18, for through him we both have access by one Spirit unto the Father. So there's not 7 spirits of God. It's just a number of completeness having reference to the Spirit of God in the 7 church ages. Revelation 5:7, and he came and took the book out of the right hand of him that sat up on the throne. And when he had taken the book, the 4 beasts, these seraphims, and the 24 elders, those Jesus brought out of hell, Abraham's bosom, fell down before the Lamb, Jesus, having every one of them harps or praise. And, the word and, even as golden vials, the church, the candlestick, the golden bowls, full of odors, prayers, incense, which are the prayers of the saints. So out of these golden vials, the church laid before the Lord, and prayers came out of them. And it's just using a natural illustration of this spiritual concept as golden vials, a vessel. In 2 Timothy, we'll read this again, 2 Timothy 2:20, verse 21. But in a great house there are not only vessels of gold and of silver, but also of wood and earth, and some honor and some to dishonor. If a man therefore purge himself from these, he shall be a vessel. For Revelations, that's what he's talking about. You are a vessel, the church. Golden bowl, a golden vial, or golden candlestick. It represents the church unto honor. Revelation 16:1, and I heard a great voice out of the temple, the church, saying to the 7 angels, go your way and pour out the vials of the wrath of God upon the earth, the prayers of the saints against the devil. Proverbs 18:21, death and life are in the power of the tongue. Matthew 12:37, for by thy words thou shalt be justified, by thy words thou shalt be condemned. Revelation 5, verse 9, and they, those Jesus brought out of hell, Abraham's bosom, sung a new song. This is referred to as the Song of Moses in Revelation 15:3. When we get over there, we'll refer back to here and show you that connection. Saying, thou art worthy to take the book and to open the seals, or to release the knowledge thereof. For thou wast slain at Calvary, and hast redeemed us to God by the blood out of every kindred and tongue and people and nations. These are those Jesus brought out of hell in Abraham's bosom. Revelation 5:10, and has made us unto our God kings and priests, and we shall reign on the earth during the 1,000-year millennium. Revelation 5:11, and I beheld and I heard the voice of many angels round about the throne, the beast, these seraphims, and the elders, those Jesus brought out of hell, Abraham's bosom. And the number of them was 10,000 times 10,000 and thousands of thousands. In Revelation 7, verse 9 through 14, this is the same group of people. He says, after this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude, which no man could number. It was so big as though you couldn't even number them. Of all nations, kindreds, people, and tongues stood before the throne, before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands, and cried with a loud voice, saying, salvation to our God, which sitteth upon the throne, and to the Lamb. And all the angels stood around about the throne and about the elders and the four beasts, and fell before the throne on their faces and worshiped God, saying, amen, blessing and glory and wisdom and thanksgiving and honor and power and might be unto our God forever and ever. Amen. Verse 13 says, and one of the elders answered, saying unto me, what are these which are arrayed in white robes? Whence came they? And I said unto him, sir, thou knowest. And he said unto me, these are they which came out of great tribulation. They came out of hell, out of Abraham's bosom, and have washed their robes and made them white in the blood of the Lamb. A multitude so big that no man could number could have only been from Adam to Calvary. That would fit that description. Revelation 5:12, saying with a loud voice, worthy is the Lamb, Jesus, the Son of Man, that was slain to receive power and riches and wisdom and strength and honor and glory and blessing. For every creature which is in heaven and on earth and under the earth, and such are in the sea, and all that are in them, heard I saying, blessing and honor and glory and power be unto him that sitteth upon the throne, and unto the Lamb forever and ever. Verse 14, and the four beasts, the seraphims, said, amen. And the 24 elders, those Jesus brought out of hell, Abraham's bosom, fell down and worshipped him, Jesus, that liveth forever and ever.